see if this is any better. Seems much better. I'll do this. Don't make too much fun of me here because I really don't know what's going on. Okay, so we gotta get away from that. 2, 1, there we go. 4 and a 2, and hit him with another one. Okay, get away, get away, get away. Two, 1, and then we're ready. Okay, I mean, I don't think that was the worst I've ever done. Ultimately, let's see what we're... Does it say 1 skipped frames detected 3 minutes ago? Yeah, I mean, I don't think this... How long have I been streaming? Yeah, 3 minutes ago, so that's fine. Losing frames here now. 27% 3 minutes ago. Yeah, it was bad. Oops. That was a high damaging fountain, I'll tell you that much. Concentration. I don't like this guy already. Why did I do that? Anyway, here's a standard step. Three, two, one, zero. What am I doing here? Okay, that's cool. This one again. Okay. Got them all? Yep. Seconds on that. I don't think it's gonna matter. Fending. Sorry, I should have done this for you guys, sorry. What? Oh, it's so I can fly. Does it automatically? Yeah. Whew. Leave it to me. There you go. Oh, Vector's off his charger, so if you hear any noise, that's him, and I'm sorry. Oh no, I missed a proc. That sucks. Transfiguration for 15 seconds. Battle Dance Materia 6. Sheesh. Learning the game again has caused me to be very quiet. shoot. Who the? That hair! Now that's a cool looking thing. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Two, and then this, then we're gonna technical step it. With the devilment, boom, 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 boom. Four. And then here we go. Perfect timing for that. Oh, we want to get away from that. Shit. Why did I do that? Don't look. Whoa. Dances up. Shoo. Feels good. Why is he attacking me? I'm all puckered. Okay, I got 8 seconds on my dance. Gotta get close. Get close. Hit everybody with a dance over here, why not? Oh, maybe I'm not the only one that's not been here before. He's got his buff ready. Oh, I could have been using that. That seemed cool. Raises his claws, okay. I'll use this before using this. Oh, my technical steps up. Fuck yeah. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. What's this? Oh, man. I was too busy trying to do that stuff. How long is my confusion? Very excited. It's like... Whew! Whew! Who's this? Jacket of aiming. Yeah, this will be cool looking. Sure, have that. And I guess we'll read it. You wanna... Yay, a commendation. So that brings us further. In a good way, I think. Yep. Alright.
Oh, bugger it.
Nice.
Are you alright? Aye. Everything's still attached.
Everything's still attached.
Ah, it seems both our paths led here. Very good. We spent altogether too much time fleeing fiends horrid and numerous. How fared you?
Basically what you just saw. Who is that?
Much the same, then. 'Twould appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Nice. True.
Quite.
Quite.
By the 12, there is even more than I
That's
imagined.
brilliant. What is the accent that every single NPC is voiced with in this game? Because it's the same dialect.
Can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face.
I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. We'll find out. So to answer your question, what made me return to the game, I was a legacy player that played a lot during 1.0, played 2.0, and came back to Heaven's Ward after a brief break, but I got sucked into Legion, World of Warcraft after that, and now that World of Warcraft is in the state that it's in, and me not wanting to go backwards, I decided that my time would be best spent in Shadowbringers. I know that Shadowbringers is one of the most compelling stories that 14 has had so far. A lot of my friends have said that, very credible sources, so I'm very excited to get into it. I will tell you that I saw an ad with, what's his name? He's a comedian, Hannibal Buress, and that kind of made me smile. They did a lot of promotion for this, I will say. I think it had a lot to do with that. I think it had a lot to do with the promotion from that. But I'm into it now. I'll tell you what, the classes and jobs have changed a lot since the last I played. I used to main Ninja, and Ninja is very different. It seems very mage-like and less rogue-like. And I've always liked the rogue style, and it seems like Dancer has kind of fit into that new niche. So I'm enjoying Dancer a whole lot. It's just very, very compelling. Think of what we found. Yeah, it seems I saw a lot of Instagram ads, and I saw a lot of ads on banners for in YouTube and stuff. Haha, Alphino's a wuss. Must we dwell on such momentary lapses? We found the Mad King's trove, that's all that matters. You know, he's got a point. Now I'm just trying to power through all of the Stormblood content. Not in a way that's too fast, though. I want to still be enjoying it. That was a funny cutscene. But, man, everyone is saying that Shadowbringers is where it's at. All jesting aside, we must tell people the good news. Yep, I'm in 4.1. This is the I just finished the main scenario, I think, the night before last. So where are we headed? I saw that the quests weren't too numerous, so I think that I'll be able to fare all right. I appreciate that the 0.1 content was voiced. I don't imagine this will be voiced, but this is one of my favorite themes in the game. We went treasure hunting. Queenie. Yeah, it seemed a little bit all over the place. I will say I wasn't particularly interested most of the time, but the final cutscene leading up to the fight with Shinryu was pretty cool. I was engaged, but ultimately the only thing that I found very interesting was getting to know Raoban a little bit more, getting to see his home. That was pretty cool. But a lot of this had a lot of lead up in Heaven's Ward, but didn't seem to pay out for me. Yada yada yada. You're welcome. Distributing the spoils. I don't have a head for details. I'm not educated. Same. Oh, I know the feeling. I'd welcome any advice you can give us, Alphino. Of course, I shall be at your disposal. What is this about? I should pay attention. We've got a problem. Deep breaths. Tell me what's happened. Breathe, my friend. A mob's gathered outside the headquarters and they started making demands. I got a list of demands written on the palm of my hands. Well, let's go see what they want. See, this is what people don't understand about nation building. Everybody's got an opinion.
Step back, all of you.
Relax.
Like hells we will.
Oh,
We
there's
know
that
who you've
dialect
got in there.
again. Who do we got?
We're not leaving till you hand her over.
Whoa.
Bring her out. Bring her out.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
What's going on?
Tell me. Tell me.
Someone let slip about Fedola.
Fordola. See, and I don't even remember.
It's true,
Oh.
The bitch really is in there.
Wow.
I knew it. I bloody knew it.
She killed my friends.
We demand vengeance. Bring her out.
Yep,
Today we
I
butcher
agree.
the
If they
butcher.
would have focused on Doma or focused on Alamigo, that would have been fine.
You
But
don't
this
mean
split
that.
stuff,
We've
like
been no
Doma
better
was
than the
done
Imperials. If you'd all
halfway
just
through,
calm down.
I think that this was definitely
Calm
rushed.
down. That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street.
Well, that's a compelling argument.
Aye, and my dad. That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock.
I like
We
that
all
guy.
know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her. So that's what all the fuss is about.
Ah, my man, what's up? Tell him. Tell him what it is.
Hearken to me,
Yep.
brothers and sisters of
Hearken
Alamigo.
to me. I gotta say, I have such a soft spot
Hey,
for
who's this?
Ralbon. He's the reason I joined the Flames in 1.0, and I mean, ever since the Bull of Alamigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees.
But it won't, will it?
But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live.
Yeah.
Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance. But we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves and for generations yet unborn.
This part's
When they
cool to
look
me.
To our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
My man. That's the perspective I like. See, what's also cool is how level-headed he is after seeing so much. Also, I really feel like they were bringing up...
I know you're right, I do, but
Yeah.
I can't.
Yep, that's a sympathetic position. Imagine, like, going through that and, like, knowing that's the right answer. Yeah. I want to know what they say. What does he say to him? It's true though. It's like, what do you say to someone in that situation? Is that dust? Yeah, that's dust. I really think that Stormblood as an expansion could have been separate from an Alamegan expansion. I would have, as someone who spent a lot of time in the Alamegan region, knows a lot about the struggle that had happened, all the lead up to it that they had way in the past. I felt like it didn't have to share the limelight with Doma, and Doma's cool, don't get me wrong, but I felt like that could have been its own Far Eastern expansion, which is kind of how they advertised and build it, but the Alamegan one is the one that I really felt could have been like this version of Treasures of Odd Urgen from Final Fantasy XI, which that would have been mint. That would have been absolutely mint. Treasures of Odd Urgen is one of my favorite stories. Yep, he kept the level head the whole time. Yep. Unspent fury is being channeled into vengeance. Yep. It's not just there, we've reports of mobs forming all over. Well, just bring them around. Bring Raubon around like the Pope or something. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I really think that the Yugiri and the ninja stuff since 2.0, that really could have they were diverging paths. They didn't need to go together. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace, but maybe the time isn't right. Maybe people aren't just aren't ready. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representatives will be here soon, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up before I've even begun. See? It's all about how it's the self-talk. Who are these representatives exactly? The village elders, refugee leaders, and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we planned a summit of sorts. We've invited Anata and the Kikirin. Kikirin are my favorite beastmen. Alamigo stands at a crossroads, and this meeting will decide which path it takes. The matter of Fordola's sentence cannot be suffered to disrupt proceedings. Let's execute her and be done with it. Well, capital punishment, man. Sending her to the gallows might satisfy people right now, but where would it end? Should we just round up anyone who collaborated? Yep. Well, Xenos took his own life, which is a different kind of grenade. The Koenig set, a little bit of a redux. Begging your pardon, but might I be allowed to speak with Fordola? Whoa. She's done terrible things, unforgivable things, but in some ways she's a victim of the circumstances in which she was born, and that's something I can understand. Yeah, we're all victims and we're all perpetrators. Alright, speak with the prison guard when you're ready and I'll come join you. I want to talk to her too. I'll return to my other duties then. We've barely begun to investigate the facility. She will test you. Don't let your emotions color your judgment when she does. It would be cool if you were there. Oh no, you can't watch on your phone? That's weird. That's really weird. Enter the prison. Maybe we can try messing with it later. Matt, I could like do like a test stream and then change the encoder settings enough to where you're able to view it, because it might just be that I'm pushing too high a bitrate for the phone. I don't know. What's it doing? I say like I know how to fix it. Oops. All right. What do we got?
Well, well, well. So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you?
She's genetically enhanced still, right? she bound? I didn't see.
Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
I feel like she could knock all of them out right now.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our
No, she's
freedom?
free. She could go all Red Eyes mode. Sicko mode, if you will.
You're wasting your time.
Wasting your time.
All of this is pointless. There's no
Does anyone
reason
know
to
what
keep
this
me alive,
dialect
and you
is?
know
Because
it.
it's the only dialect that any of the people
killed
speak
your
in.
men. I killed my men. And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance.
Well, at least you're exhibiting
That's a lie,
remorse.
and you know it. You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid.
Yeah,
You're ruthless. Relentless.
don't project.
You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away.
Yep.
I see you, Fedora. I see you for what you are.
But does Alamigo? Do the people of Alamigo see you for what you are? Well, it's good to see she's had the same hair since then. I guess the Alamegan people don't get haircuts and or don't grow hair.
Come along, Fadola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
Oh. Her dad's got a cool coat.
Right.
Like his hair, too.
Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice?
Gaius?
Are you friends?
Van Belsar?
There you go again with all your questions.
Well, answer them. Inquisitive young ones.
Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo.
What?
He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
What? Wait a minute. What? Gaius?
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Oh, okay. She got the tattoo for her father.
Father, what did that man call us?
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
Wow.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Well,
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
I'm gonna hit you with an ad hominem. How about that mustache, you idiot? I'm not engaging in your argument. Don't hit the girl with a stone. She's a girl. You old...
Fadola!
Traitors!
Man. I'm not in the mood to watch this girl's...
You have to do something! My husband and daughter are in danger!
Is this a Batman situation, man?
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of arms.
We're citizens! We have rights!
Well, that's not a compelling case. Don't...
I'm scared.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive.
He's noble, but Cowardly. Something that maybe Alexander Solzhenitsyn wouldn't have liked. This is what gets you in the gulag, man. Fuck.
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
Holy moly. Okay. Dead or...
Fadola, please. You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier?
He's dead.
Oh, gods. What have you done to your face?
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Hmm? You married him.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time.
Oh.
It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
Okay.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past?
Is that the echo?
And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they?
I'll relax now.
Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led!
True.
The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
Okay. There it is. She's gonna beat him up. She's gonna beat all of us up. We're all dead. Whoa. She saw my memories?
All that pain.
Rest in peace, Hoshfont.
It's too much. Too much for anyone.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's almost like we're the main character of a story or something.
They've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How?
A good healer.
Why?
They didn't want to leave me on the floor. No, that's for those I have lost, those I can yet save.
Damn you. Damn you all.
Mm-hmm.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
Really? That's good to know, because I was thinking that this was going to be a monumental slog the whole way up. But that's good to know. Pretty excited. I understand that probably the patches probably started off a little slower. This is pretty good though. This is pretty good. Measure of our reach, okay. It's been standing out in the rain. I don't know what we've solved anything. I don't know that we've solved anything exactly, but we've given Fordola something to think about. Yep. I don't know about you, Vel, but the visions only come to me every now and then. From the way Fordola kept wincing, though, I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. That's a lot of bad memories to deal with. Oh my god, I can't even imagine. Sometimes I think about the awkward situations that I had in the past, and it is just crippling. Could there be some fundamental difference between one who's born with the Echo and one who has been artificially imbued with it? I mean, maybe. Well, the Immortal Flames have been scouring that research facility ever since the Liberation. There's a chance they might have some answers for us. Alright, yeah, let's go pay him a visit. Oh no, you're not diverting me from anything. That's totally fine. I actually never, I didn't come from League of Legends. I came from, oh, I can't go this way. I was playing Legion, the World of Warcraft expansion Legion, because right as Heaven's Ward was wrapping up, Legion was just kind of coming out, something like that. It was around that time. But I went to go level a bunch of characters in Legion, and I would definitely say don't go back to WoW. And not that I really want to ping pong between MMOs. I think I would like to primarily stream this, and most of my investment comes in this game. Yep, that's pretty much what happened to me. I played BFA after playing Legion and was like, this is not even the same game. We're done here. It just seems like Activision Blizzard is very much phoning it in, and with all the heat they're getting with everyone leaving, I figured it was time for me to go to. As expected, she didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. We've been hard-pressed to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the Scion's expert assistance if you have time to lend a hand. Oh, that's right, I'm a Scion. What's this now? Gather information at, where are we? This is called the Resonatorium? What is it with the Garlean people and using thorium? The Praetorium. I think that it might be a little bit different in the case of 14, yeah, there is some homogenization I've noticed, but I don't think that it's the same way. And one of the benefits that Square Enix has is they get to look into the Ghost of Christmas future, that is World of Warcraft, if they continue following down that path. So even if they are, there's definitely time to steer the ship in a different direction. With how receptive and with how open Square Enix has been, most specifically in the 14 team, I kind of have a pretty good feeling. Just different spell animations. Yeah, I am a little bit familiar with that. I don't know if they're trying to solve an issue in the same way that Blizzard was trying to solve an issue at that time. It could be that they're trying to iron out the specifics of balance, but I also think that it might have more to do with letting the player play whichever job they want, but I don't know. Yeah, I noticed that my ninja, for instance, it has a very different feel. I know that Astrologian got a big rework. Is that right? I don't know any of the specifics though. But you don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain. Imagine what what it'd do to you. You'd never be the same again. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels that way. What jobs did you do you mainly play? Yes, we have more pressing matters to continue. The results of these experiments have found been relayed back to Garlemald. There's not to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone, an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these gods' forsaken procedures. Alright. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to your passion, but not if it's feigned. Thank you, General. Oh, okay. Healer main, nice. Well, I appreciate it because I am still getting my bearings and I am not very good, so I don't stand in anything that I'm not aware of, but or that I'm aware of, but I have a hard time just looking at my bars. Let's wrap this up. Oh, cool. Very cool. Getting schooled by Raubon. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. Well, don't be down on yourself. He's a veteran of countless campaigns. You cannot compare yourself to the commander of his experience. Exactly. His experience is endless. I know, but I also know that I couldn't have convinced that mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority and how much I still have to learn. Well, learn from him. Learn from him. The opportunity is there. I mean, it's his homeland. After going through the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? Tis a quandary which countless refugees now face, to continue the life they built in Ul'dah or start again in the land of their birth. Hey, Pippin. Now, question for you. Do you still feel optimistic about the game? Are you still enjoying the content that you're playing, or do you think that the homogenization has prevented you from being able to enjoy the game? Visit the palace. Until next time, friends. audience with the Sultana. Yeah, I would like to know the general's future plans, to be honest. Let's go. A Sultana's strings. Well, no question on how to put the Mad King's treasures to good use yet. At your beck and call. Yeah, I understand what you mean. The identities are something that some could definitely say are being, you know, kind of taken away. But I would say that, like, in the experience of other games that I've played, watching the different jobs and the different mechanics that they have in the way that they play, it seems very, very... it's like... compared to the competition, if there's any homogenization, I would like for it to not be there, but if for some reason it does need to be there, if they kind of have the 4D chess perspective that says, if we don't do it, then this is what happens, I get it. But I will say that compared to the MMO market, like, this is leaps and bounds ahead in terms of customization or expression from different jobs. Like, I mean, if you see the way that World of Warcraft plays with its healers and the way that the World of Warcraft plays with its tanks, like, they got no identity. I mean, at least a Dark Knight and Warrior and Gunbreaker and Paladin, at least they all have the aesthetic, the way that it plays. At least it still looks very different. And seems very unique. Other games, they just don't feel unique. But again, that could just be blind optimism. This way. Congrats on 48. Yeah, there was a meta more efficient to run, so they removed that. Yeah, so that's the other side of that coin. Like, the homogenization kind of sucks because it feels like the identity is being taken away. But, like, when I started, well, when 2.0 hit, when there was literally nothing to do except for, like, the Praetorium and, like, Ifrit and Titan and Coil, you didn't see warriors. Warriors were not allowed. Like, there was favoritism of the jobs in a way that really only Final Fantasy XI would have, where they just wouldn't take a warrior, and they had to do a long climb to distinguish themselves as a viable job. And ever since they did, it seems to be that they were definitely one of the favored. So, I mean, the other side of the homogenization is at least you get to play what you want, because the community, more than the game designers, will dictate what's allowed and what's not. Because, I mean, if you think about it, everything in the game, and this goes for, like, World of Warcraft, any MMO, like, it's within such a small margin of damage difference. It's in such a small margin of the differences of effectiveness. But I mean, unless you're that world first on that raid tier, you don't need to play favorites with the jobs. But because you see on Reddit that, you know, this job composition was the one that knocked out X content, that means the community perception trickles down into, we don't let ninjas in our party because there wasn't a ninja in the defeat of this raid tier. But, like, I did Sephiroth. That was my I burned myself out on Alexander Savage and Sephiroth and Heaven's Ward. We had a main tank that was a Dark Knight, and at the time That was the one that was not allowed. And because of community perception, they were not allowed a seat at the table. But in our static, they were doing fine. They did great. They were not the reason for our wipes. We were doing great in the learning parties. You even see dancers now trying to pug the newest hard mode raid, and they have the weakest DPS. Yeah, I mean, I noticed that as far as parses are concerned and stuff like that, that dancers are on the lowest end because they have a lot of the group utility through close position and technical step. And then, I mean, you know, the tertiary stuff like Shield Samba and then the Curing Waltz kind of having a gimmick where it pulses an AoE. It's not the biggest utility in the world, like coming from Ninja, who used to be able to goad, smoke screen, and all that stuff. There was a lot of utility there. These guys still have some utility, but they're very bursty. And if you're not getting your procs, you're not participating in much of the burst, which I get. That's just the way that it is, but it is a very engaging job to play, and it feels very strong, even though it's the lowest on the totem pole. Yeah, the feathers are so cool. And that's kind of my mission is I like to play jobs that don't have the best perception, and I like to try and play them as well as I can, and maybe change that perspective.
You have been busy.
Oh, I can't wait for 80. I saw that little flourish thing, and oh, flourish looks so cool.
Will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel. I speak of Rauban and his future.
Let's talk about it. Where's he gonna be?
You know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Uldar home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss.
Aw.
Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side.
That's because he loves you.
I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt.
I don't know why I just now noticed she's Dune's folk.
Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him?
She's got a Moogle and a Chocobo in the background.
I learned to discharge my duties as a Sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
Okay.
Might I have your company for a brief adventure?
Absolutely. It would be my pleasure.
Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Okay. Going in the people's clothes. Speak with Nanamo outside the quicksand. How did you get there so fast? Where's the quicksand? Adventurers Guild. Gotta remember that I have movement increasing abilities outside of just sprint. Adventurers. Okay. Ha. Capuchin would accompany me, but for this particular outing I need an advisor, not a... What? Let's be on our way. Stone's Throw. Stone's Throw is west? No. Blackbrush. So that is... Old, okay, no, it's not. It's right here. How close am I to say this now? Not even. I kind of want to do duty roulettes, but I also want to just power through this. At level 72, I made myself a nice little glamour that I'm looking forward to trying on. You know what? Let's do... Clear the selection, do a roulette. Let's join a main scenario roulette. More than 30 minutes, cool. At the mercy of the elements, Thanom's both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is, and unless blessed by the hand of Nald himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford dwelling in Ul'dah. 20 years have passed since the fall of Alamigo, and 5 since the calamity. Yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. We'll say your hands have been tied. I don't know the situation. Yeah. Shall we press on? Okay. Let's go. Where did you go? Okay, the clutch. It's times like these I wish I increased my movement speed here too. Popcorn time. Lots of story, I'm assuming. Ah, up here. Oh, really? Parents died here? Returning home from an inspection of our interests in eastern Thanalan, an untimely rock slide? Ugh. Offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth is assumed. I refused. Even if my parents' deaths were orchestrated by monetarists, we could only have brought their heirs to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of the citizens, quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have. And yours, I shudder to think how many goodly souls paid the price of naivete. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience. I will not be used as a pawn in the monetarists' damnable games. Forgive my outburst. Nah, you do your thing. Oh yeah, the cutscene hell. So you can't skip the cutscenes at all anymore. You can't. You used to be able to in these roulettes. Is there a reason? Yeah, we'll go back to Ul'dah. What mount achievement are you referring to? I know that I could just use the Aetheryte to teleport, but part of me feels like that's one of the reasons why the game feels small. So I'd like to remember that this is a big city and not just a teleportly strung together list of zones. Like 10% of the community went to complain. Yeah. Well, they sure did. Oof. It's always the vocal minority. I hope that they don't have a habit of listening to the vocal minority, because the vocal minority is very rarely one that sees 2 steps ahead of themselves. Document signings and ceremonies. For years I simply signed them. Yeah. Oh, okay. I shall leave that to mystery then. Would not stand for so obvious an injustice and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another, and the royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raubahn to die on the sands that day. Regardless, my intervention meant that Raubahn had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did. And when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theater. But as you know, Raubahn is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting on the blood sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom but a seat on the syndicate. And then I had my blade. That's cool. That is frickin' cool. I like that a lot. Oh, do we get to see this? When he had both arms. I mean, he lost the other one recently. I'm getting some 300 vibes right here. Oh, yeah. They watched 300 for this. That's a scene out of 300. Not that I'm complaining. That was badass. I like that they made the fights very realistic. I mean, most fights end fast. Bull of Alamigo.
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shah. Raubahn!
What?
Your Grace, I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Ul'dah. And so, as tradition dictates, Raubahn Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still great.
You get a seat on the Syndicate. You get a seat on the Syndicate.
And vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last.
Come here, you big lug.
Long live the Sultana, and long live Ul'dah!
He fought for Ul'dah for a while then. He carved a life here. I'm sure. The first sword I could wield, and his was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me. That is amazing. Yeah, we'll take that. Man, we are on a journey with Nanamo here. Yeah, let's go to the ossuary. I don't remember where that is, but I guess it's this way. Ossuary. What? What's an ossuary? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Dead people bones. Got it. Dead people bones. So weird.
Chunky spaceman, I can't.
Huh. Alright, so that's definitely working. So we're putting desktop audio at... Hmm. That was strange. That was very strange. I'm gonna make sure that everyone can hear me. It sounds like I'm good. It's very weird for the game to do that. My sound just dropped out. Okay, thank you for all of that. There we go. Oh, the ossuary is where the thaumaturges are. Cool. Yeah, I got kicked from the game and my audio disappeared. Thank the stars for the authenticator, though. See a way to aid the refugees. Really? Okay, I'm glad it's not just me then. Wonder what the cause is, because that is frustrating. Visit to the gold saucer. Oh boy. Oh, we gotta go talk to Godbert. Oh, that kicked me out of the duty. I'll just do it after lunch. At the airship landing. Where is that? Steps annulled. Okay. Wait, where? I guess we'll just do it this way. Hustling strip, okay. Chamber of Rule. A little convenience. So we are going... Steps annulled. The lift attendant. Oh, that's why. Okay, airship landing. Man, I forgot about this. I forgot about this as a institution in the video game. You used to have to use this. Back in my day. We go into the Golden Saucer. Borderlands. What the heck is this? Okay. Your ship ticketer. To the Gold Saucer. Special update. Slice is right. Okay. Whatever. This is an overwhelming place. Bright and inviting is one way to put it. The gaudy temptations, huh? Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. Where do we go? This is Wonder Square West. West. Gotta go west. If I was in a pessimistic mood, I would call this shit filler. But since I'm not, I will call it world building. I mean, it's giving us lore of a lot of people, and I'm pretty cool with it, but it's an expanded bit of lore. Let the darkness take over you. I hear that's what happens, right? Although I don't want to know. Your Grace's choice of companion would suggest me a desire for an honest and unvarnished opinion, so I shall give you one. My advice is stop. Taxing Alda's wealth to save all Amigan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea. You oppose my proposition? Most emphatically, I agree with your Grace that the refugees have housing and employment, but what profit is there for Ul'dah in this arrangement? Economics profit? After all you've done for God, I thought you the very last person to seek to benefit from their misfortune. Forgive me, your Grace, but you appear to be laboring under a misapprehension. It's a fine endeavor to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that that stance is one born of pity. Your intent is to save refugees, is it not? For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nation. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon expect it. And then we must consider Uldah's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear of you spending the nation's coin not to improve their lot, but to nurture the distant citizens of Alamigo? It's yep. Politicking. Surely it's not. Yep. Man, I like this guy's perspective. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, try and have it both ways, I guess. arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship. Yep. Thank you for your candor. Party down with vigor and candor. Yeah, she's reassessing. She's thinking about it. Profit. Saying about Levitic. Yep. Vel, are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? If my attempt at philanthropy is obliged to reap a profit, it would seem wise to consult someone with a knack for business. Are we going to Kugane? Yep. There we go. There it is. 700 gil. Down the drain. This has always been my character. I've always played Elizin, except when I started 2.0, I was enamored and kept Mikote for a little while. But ultimately I went back to Elizin because Elvan was the race that I played in 11, and I came primarily from 11 to 14. I just really like the Elizin. I think that they're super cool. I like all the new races. I really like that Vieira's in the game because I personally, my favorite game in the franchise is 12. For whatever that's worth. I mean, excluding 11 because I think I would pick 11 if... I mean, I know it's a numbered series, but... Or it's a number in the series, but I think 12 as a standalone game is my favorite. Oops. Oh no, I went the wrong way. The Hrothgar or whatever, the lion people, I feel like their customization options are more of a sore thumb than the Vieira, because you can make some cute Vieiras. But the Hrothgar, they seem a little bit less compelling. I thought I would want to play one, or try one out, but I don't. Al-Ra are cool. I kind of feel like they, in some ways, are a spiritual successor to Elvan in 11 because they're very, like, stern in their demeanor. I will say that Lalafell are pretty cool. I don't know what it is, but I like to have a lot of, like, I like the lanky characters because I think they wear a lot of the armor well. But I am tempted many times to switch to Lalafell because I think they're so cool. And they'd match the mustache. She wants my opinion? Why settle for a lowly apprentice when you could have the master? Upon the master matters of profit, there's no living soul better qualified to advise her grace than the chairman Lolorito. I should be happy to arrange a meeting for you. Say the Scion's former headquarters in Thanalan. Lolorito? Wasn't he the not good one? Didn't he... I'm pretty sure Lolorito is the one that facilitated Raubon's capture. Am I wrong? Yes, for lore reasons. It's all about the lore. He advised that we talk to Lolorito. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. That sucks. We're talking to Lolorito. What do you mean, it's past its prime time? During Stormblood, they added a Final Fantasy XI Ode Zone. Oh! They added something that's akin to Final Fantasy XI in this game? Is that the place where you can get, the Strider boots and the Scorpion harness and the Vermilion cloak? That's where that's from?
A personal summons from the Scions.
Oh boy.
This must be important business indeed.
Yeah, Eureka.
If it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination,
I'm interested to try that.
I fear I can be of little help.
Ugh. Why do they paint him to be such a caricature? Sit. Absolute Virtue from C? That's cool. That's cool. I hope he's beatable.
You have made your point. 'Tis indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask.
You better have scars or something. I can't remember. No, okay.
There, would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilira?
Yeah, I'd be interested in playing Eureka. Like, I love 11 and the way that the content is played there.
I'm glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito. But shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say I am most eager to hear your proposal.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Alamigo. The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate. But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone.
That does sound a little brutal.
I will make of this an investment which shall enrich Uldar and Alamigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Would seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity.
Yeah.
Pray tell me more.
I agree with that.
To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Uldar. Ha! I am impressed, your grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
How swiftly you identified the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would.
Tell me.
Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gear Abania, and you know the land far better than I. Which of the settlements
Oh god, I can imagine that was nothing but a toxic cesspool for the first
has the
bit.
greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment.
What did we say here? Shoot. Oh no, I don't know.
Yes, if a stable trade route can be established between Uldar and Alamigo, then Alagiri would once more become an important waypoint. But while such growth would greatly benefit its current residents, I'm afraid it could sustain little beyond that.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember the question. I mean, we'll put salt, because everybody wants salt.
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Saltry and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient, and in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gil.
Yeah, just heads up, at 12 Eastern Standard Time, I will be ending the stream. I gotta get to some work, and food needs to be consumed. But I'll be doing same time, same bat channel tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold.
White gold.
And wring every last ounce of profit from its production. The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders. Just as your grace desires.
Oh, so we're trying to make it a little bit easier for the Bull of Alamigo to decide what he wants to do.
A deal is struck then.
All right. Give me them silver pieces. Gotta recoup the losses here. All this traveling. Hexed. Where is he? Alamigan Quarter? Or Albania? Yeah, okay. Alright, well, we'll just go ahead and take this opportunity to transition over to the stream. Oops, chatting. We're in the chatting, not the ending yet. Just to, oops, sorry, I moved my thing. Just to reiterate, I'm going to be streaming Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, all from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I might be able to do a little bit of streaming here and there on the weekends. And that schedule is subject to change come next semester depending on how the classes line up. I'm not really sure what my days will look like. I have to pick my classes. I'm late on picking my classes, I'm not gonna lie. But once that's sorted out, I'll be able to have a new schedule for the entirety of that semester. So for 4 months, something along those lines. But with that said, I will be back on tomorrow about the same time. And if you guys are interested, I have all of the information down below on where to follow me on social media. I am not yet at the point where I want to let my social media platforms know that I'm coming online to stream, because that's not perfectly lined up and is subject to change. So that's going to be coming. But if you want to see any of all of my streams are going to be uploaded to my YouTube channel. So if you want to scrub around in those videos and see what was going on at any given stream, you're more than welcome to do that. But with all that said, I hope everybody has the day that they're going to have. You are in control of the day that you have. And I will see you all tomorrow. Take it easy.